Hey everyone, welcome back to Skein Spider. Today is part 2 of the Oddish tutorial. If you haven't seen part 1, go check that out because you'll have to have crocheted that first. But if you have, grab your hooks and let's get started. All we have left to crochet now are the leaves. We're going to be crocheting 3 sizes. We're going to be crocheting 2 small leaves, 1 medium leaf and 2 large leaves. I'm going to be showing you how to crochet the small leaf, and then what I'm going to do is display the written pattern and also read it out for those who prefer that method for the medium leaf and the large leaf. The reason I'm doing this is the patterns are incredibly similar. The only difference is both the medium and the tall leaves have a couple of additional rounds to make them taller. So we're going to go through the small leaf together and then I'll display the pattern for the other 2. Again, we're going to be crocheting 2 small leaves, 1 medium and 2 large. To make the leaves, you're going to need both shades of green. We're going to be starting with the lighter shade. And with that green, we're going to make a magic circle. And into the magic circle, crochet 4 single crochet. Round 2 is 1 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice, and that will bring us up to 6 stitches. Round 3 is 2 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 4 is 3 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 5 is 4 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 6 is 5 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. At the end of round 6, you should have 14 single crochet in your round. Round 7 is just going to be a single crochet in each of those stitches. So 14 single crochet all up. Round 8 is 6 single crochet followed by an increase repeated twice. Round 9 is 16 single crochet. Round 10 is 7 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 11 is 18 single crochet. Round 12 is 8 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 13 is 20 single crochet, and at the end of round 13 we're going to change to our darker shade of green yarn. I'm just about to do the last stitch of round 13, And because we're changing colour to our other shade of green, we're going to do this a little bit differently. We're going to go into the stitch, yarn over and pull through until we have 2 loops on our hook. But instead of finishing the stitch, so yarning over and pulling through again with the same light green, we're going to bring in our darker green or whatever other shade of green you're using. And we're just going to line it up behind the stitches. Hold it in place with your middle finger and your thumb. And we're going to yarn over and pull through to finish the stitch in that. Round 14 is where we're going to be doing our, I'm going to call them colour changes, but they're not quite colour changes because I chose to use a spike stitch to get a bit of a different effect. So we're going to go through that together and I'll show you how to do the spike stitch. We're going to begin round 14 with 2 single crochet. Now you can either crochet over these ends or tie them off and stuff them inside the leaf, up to you. Now our next stitch is going to be a spike stitch. But as you'll see down in the written pattern, I've abbreviated spike stitch to uppercase SP, spike stitch. But before that there's a lowercase letter. The S stands for short, so a short spike stitch. And the T stands for tall, so a tall spike stitch. To do a short spike stitch, what we're going to do is instead of going into the next stitch, so under the front and back loops, we're going to insert our hook into the space between rounds 12 and 13. So not here, we're working here. So we're going to find the stitch, or rather the space between the stitches, that's directly above the stitch that we would have worked into if we were using single crochet. So I'm going to go into this one here. So not the stitch itself, into the space, into the space between the rounds above it. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through as normal. But see how our hook and our yarn is down here. It's not in line with the stitches that we're currently working. So what you need to do is just pull up on your hook until you're in line with those stitches that we've already done in the round. Once you've done that, once you're in line, yarn over and pull through. And that's how you do a spike stitch. Well, the small spike stitch in this instance. It's pretty easy, we're just working into the space between the rounds, not into the stitch itself. After you've done that first small spike stitch, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next stitch. So we're skipping over the stitch where the spike stitch is into the next one. 1 single crochet. And then for the next stitch, we're going to do a tall spike stitch. The only difference between the tall and the short is the tall one is obviously taller, but we're going to be working into the space between rounds 11 and 12. So not this row here, but this row, 1 higher. So again, roughly work out which stitch is in line with the stitch we would have worked into. So I'm going to go here, go into that stitch, yarn over and pull through. Again, you're going to be a lot lower than you really need to be. Pull up with your hook until you're in line with your other stitches. Once you are, yarn over and pull through. And there you've done your tall spike stitch. After that first tall spike stitch, we're going to do 3 single crochet. For the next stitch, we're going to do another small spike stitch. Go into the space between rounds 12 and 13. These may not line up exactly, given how the stitches work when you're crocheting in the round, but just choose the one that's sort of most in line, just eyeball it. After that spike stitch, we're going to do 1 single crochet, and we're going to do another tall spike stitch, so again into the space between rounds 11 and 12. Then we're going to do 2 single crochet. Another small spike stitch. One single crochet. Another tall spike stitch. Two single crochet, 1 and 2, one more tall spike stitch, and then we're going to finish with 1 single crochet in the last stitch. Now at the end of that round, round 14, yes 14, you should still have 20 stitches. When you get to round 14 of both the second small leaf as well as the medium and the large leaves, you don't necessarily have to follow this pattern for round 14. I like to sort of mix and match. So just alternate between single crochet, a small spike stitch and a tall spike stitch. It just gives it a bit of a different look. You don't have to, you can follow the written pattern for all your leaves. I just like them to look a little bit different. Okay, on to round 15. So round 15 is just going to be a round of single crochet. Round 16 is 9 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Rounds 17, 18 and 19 are all just rounds of single crochet, 22 all up. Round 20 is 10 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Rounds 21 to 23 are just rounds of 24 single crochet. Round 24 is 11 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 25 is 11 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. Round 26 is 6 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated 3 times. Round 27 is 5 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated 3 times. Round 28 is 7 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. Round 29 is 16 single crochet. Round 30 is 6 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. And round 31, our final round, is just 14 single crochet. Finish off with a slip stitch and leave a tail for sewing. And we're done with our first small leaf. Go ahead and make another small leaf. Again, with the medium and the large leaves, I'm just going to put the pattern up on screen and read it out because it's pretty much the same, just a couple of additional rounds to make them taller. To make the medium-sized leaf, you're going to start with your light green yarn, create a magic circle, and then into the magic circle crochet 4 single crochet. Round 2 is 1 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 3 is 2 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 4 is 3 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 5 is 4 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 6 is 5 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. At the end of round 6 you should have 14 single crochet in your round. Round 7 is just 14 single crochet. Round 8 is 6 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 9 is 16 single crochet. Round 10 is 7 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 11 is 18 single crochet. Round 12 is 8 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 13 is 20 single crochet. For round 14, change color to the darker green. Begin with 2 single crochet, then 1 small spike stitch, 1 single crochet, 1 tall spike stitch, 3 single crochet, 1 small spike stitch, 1 single crochet, 1 tall spike stitch, 2 single crochet, 1 small spike stitch, 1 single crochet, 1 tall spike stitch, 2 single crochet, 1 tall spike stitch, and then 1 single crochet. Like I said when we did the small leaf, you can change this pattern up a bit. You don't have to follow the written pattern. Just mix and match single crochet, the short or small spike stitch, and the tall spike stitch. Rounds 15 to 16 are 20 single crochet. Round 17 is 9 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Rounds 18 through to 20 are 22 single crochet. Round 21 is 10 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Rounds 22 through to 24 are 24 single crochet. Round 25 is 11 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 26 is 11 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. Round 27 is 6 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated 3 times. Round 28 is 5 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated 3 times. Round 29 is 7 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. Round 30 is 16 single crochet. Round 31 is 6 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. And then round 32, the final round, is 14 single crochet, then slip stitch and leave a tail for sewing. For the large leaves, again, begin with your light green yarn and make a magic circle. Into the magic circle, crochet 4 single crochet. Round 2 is 1 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 3 is 2 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 4 is 3 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 5 is 4 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 5 is 4 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 6 is 5 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 7 is 14 single crochet. Round 8 is 6 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 9 is 16 single crochet. Round 10 is 7 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 11 is 18 single crochet. Round 12 is 8 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 13 is 20 single crochet. Round 14, change colors to your darker green. And then we're going to crochet 2 single crochet, 1 short spike stitch, 1 single crochet, 1 tall spike stitch, 3 single crochet, 1 short spike stitch, 1 single crochet, 1 tall spike stitch, 2 single crochet, 1 short spike stitch, 1 single crochet, 1 tall spike stitch, 2 single crochet, 1 tall spike stitch, and finish with 1 single crochet. Again, you don't necessarily have to follow the written pattern. Rounds 15 through to 17 are 20 single crochet. Round 18 is 9 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Rounds 19 to 22 are 22 single crochet. Round 23 is 10 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 24 through to 27 is 24 single crochet. Round 28 is 11 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 29 is 12 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 30 is 12 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. Round 31 is 11 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. Round 32 is 6 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated 3 times. Round 33 is 5 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated 3 times. Round 34 is 7 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. Round 35 is 16 single crochet. Round 36 is 6 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. Round 37, the last round, is 14 single crochet. Slip stitch to finish and leave a tail for sewing. You're going to need to make 2 of the large leaves and only 1 of the medium leaves. When all your leaves have been crocheted, we're going to start assembling Oddish. We're going to start with the eyes. Place the tops of the eyes between rounds 17 and 18. You can mark it with a pin like I've done here. Approximately 6 or 7 stitches apart. Make sure your pupils are symmetrical, and when that's done, we're going to sew on our eyes. Grab your needle. I'm going to begin by going under the next stitch and just pulling that and pulling that slip stitch through. Feel it pop through. To sew it on, we're going to go into the body of the Oddish, directly beneath the stitch we've just emerged from. We're going to go across one, so let's lay that flat. Across one, pull the thread through. We're going to go back under the next stitch, again pull through, and then go back into the stitch or the space in the body we just emerged from. I'll move this out of the way. You can see where the yarn emerges from the body there. We're going straight back into that space, and again going one across. So our needle emerges underneath the next stitch in the eye we're going to be working into. Pull that tail firmly, and the V of your stitch, these little black slip stitches we did for the last round of the eye, will lay flat. Go back into the next stitch in the eye, pull through, once again into the stitch we just emerged from the body, one over, pull tight so that V lays flat, and repeat again up under the stitch, back into the body, one stitch across, and pull firmly. And you're going to continue doing that all the way around, and then sew on the second eye in the exact same way. When you're done with the eyes, we're going to do the leaves. You should have 2 small leaves, 2 large leaves, and 1 medium leaf. Before we begin, go ahead and insert the wire if you're using it. I'm only going to be using wire in the large leaves, so I've already inserted one. You're going to need about a 30 centimeter length of wire, and just insert that into the large leaf and leave a little bit sticking out to insert into the body. When that's all done, we're going to take our medium leaf and we're going to place this on first. Center it in the middle of the body, directly over round 1. If you want, go ahead and line it up so it's in between the eyes. When you're happy with it, go ahead and pin it in place. When that's done, go ahead and sew it on in the exact same way we sewed on the eyes. Next, take your 2 small leaves and we're going to line them up off to the side but behind the medium leaf in the center. So it will look like that. And from behind, you can see it looks like this. So pin each of those in place and once again sew them on like we did for the eye and the medium leaf. When the small leaves are sewn on, grab one of your large leaves, and what we're going to do is center that between the medium leaf in the middle here and one of the small leaves on the outside. So as you can see, it's centered in between there. Again, from the back it looks a bit like that. You're going to take this wire and just when you've got it in the position that you like it, push that firmly into the body. And then we're just going to do the same thing again. Pin in place and sew on. Take the final leaf, which should be a large one, and then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to center it between the medium leaf in the middle here and the small leaf on the other side. This leaf is also going to sit just behind the other large leaf, and then this is what it will look like from behind. So it's sitting behind the first large leaf that we did. Once again, insert the wire into the body, pin it in place, and then sew it on. If you'd like a little bit of extra stability for your leaves, what you can do is take the tail, don't snip it off after you've finished sewing on your last leaf, but if you don't have enough, reattach some green yarn. And all you need to do is put a few stitches in each leaf, joining them together. So from here, I'm going to put a couple of stitches into the back of this one, so sew them together. And then I'm going to jump across to the large leaf, sew that to the medium one, and then I'm going to go back to the large one and sew on the small one. So I'm going to sew from here to here to here to here, back to there and then to the small one, just to keep the bases together. When the leaves are all sewn on, we're going to finish off the feet and the legs. What we're going to do is take our legs, and if you used wire, make sure you're holding these two pieces together. And we're going to insert the wire into the bottom of the leg. So not the open side, the closed side here. We're going to push it up through the center. Just push that down so the leg is resting on the foot. The back of your leg, so here, should sit between rounds 17 and 18. So count down 22, 20, 19, 17. There, we're going to pin that in place. Continue to pin on the rest of the leg. And then we're going to take the tail end from the foot. So we're going to leave the tail attached to the top of the leg here. We want to be using this one. And we're going to thread our needle. And then insert your needle into the center of round 22. And then push it through the foot until it emerges between rounds 17 and 18, where the back of the leg is resting. So push it through there. And from this point, using the tail end of the foot, we're going to sew the leg onto the foot using the exposed back loops here. When you've done the first foot, go ahead and prepare the second the exact same way. Next, grab some stuffing and we're going to stuff the legs. If you are using the wire, just be careful you don't hurt yourself. The last bit of sewing we need to do is to attach the legs to the body. Now Oddish will balance on his or her own, but that depends on where you put the legs. So it's going to take a little bit of experimentation, because depending on how much stuffing you put in the body, if you put wire in some of the leaves or all of the leaves or none of the leaves, it's going to change how back heavy Oddish is. So what I recommend you do is start by putting your legs in the center, either side of the last round. Stand Oddish up and see if it'll balance. Keep moving the legs around until you have it in a spot that you're happy with. Once you've found that sweet spot where Oddish balances, go ahead and sew the legs on, again using the same technique we've been using throughout, and then all the sewing's finished. The last thing I'm going to do is add a little smile. I've chosen to do a U shape, but you can go with whatever shape you like. Center it between the eyes. I've just marked out where mine's going to be with pins. And then I'm going to insert my needle with some black thread on it into the body. Go to the first pin. Pull through, but leave a tail hanging outside the body so we can knock that off later. Take out that pin. Go into the next pin and across to the third. Pull firmly. Then back to where that second pin was to create the bottom of the smile. And then I'm going to go up to the fourth pin. Pull firmly again, back down to where the third pin was, and then out of the original stitch or space between the stitch that we went into. If you're happy with how your mouth looks, go ahead and tie the ends off. Snip that. And just use a crochet hook to pull that knot back into the body. Here we go. And with that, your Oddish is all finished. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you all next week.